Welcome to the channel if it's your first time here, and welcome back if it's not. Now in today's video we're going to be looking at this. This is the Miyoo Flip version 2, and it's a small handheld console that can play a plethora of retro games. So I got this from AliExpress and it cost me about £65. It comes in a range of different colours. Now if you want to save a little bit of money on this or anything else from AliExpress, what I'll do is I'll put some coupon codes here on the screen that you can use to save some cash. Now unfortunately I can't edit the video once it's uploaded to YouTube, so these might have expired by the time you're watching this video, but what I'll do is I'll make sure there's some fresh coupon codes in the video description that you can use at any time if these ones have expired. So yeah, let's have a little look at the box and see what we've got. So on the back here we've got some specs. It's a Miyoo Flip. It's got a Cortex A55 1.8 GHz CPU. It's got a 3.5 inch IPS screen, which is at a resolution of 640 by 480. It's got 1 gig of RAM. It runs on Linux. It can use 2.4 or 5G Wi-Fi. It's got a 3.7 volt, 3000 milliamp hour battery. Got a vibration motor, so you can get a bit of force feedback in games. I don't know how that's going to work. It's got some of the features. It's got initial search. It's got record save. It's got favorite game, a video player, music player, and ebook player. Okay, let's get out of the box. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I like that. That's really good. So it comes with the case, which is nice actually. I like that. I like a little case to keep things in. I actually did a video about this guy here, which is the R36, and lots of people loved this and actually bought them. I guess this is in some ways a comparable device, but this is cheaper. Because this is £65, it does actually put it more at the sort of slightly higher end of price points for these handheld consoles that run emulators. But I wonder if that's because it's flippy, because obviously this isn't flippy. This is just one solid unit. So yeah, let's flip it out of the case and see what it's like. Oh, look at that as well. Even got this little cute little zipper ring pull. That's so sweet. So what have we got? We have got, in the top here, there's a screen protector and USB-C to USB-A charging cable. Just on a note of charging, I know this doesn't support like USB-C fast charging, and it doesn't like the sort of higher currents and voltages that come out of fast charging USB connectors. So if you want to charge this, I'd recommend using the supplied cable and plugging it into a USB-A output, maybe on your computer or a console. I just think it doesn't charge. I think it's intelligent enough to know that it can't handle the charge and just won't charge. So yeah, if you have any charging troubles, just use a standard USB connector and it should be golden. We've got a little memory card reader, because this comes with a memory card full of all your legitimately owned backed up games. And we've got some instructions. Let's see what the instructions are. I like this. It's got some helpful information. That's really good. Tells you how to save games, exit games, all that stuff. Kind of gives me a vibe of a Super Nintendo or a Game Boy type beigey grey colour, but it's not too bad. And that's how it fits in my hands. I do have tiny hands. Let's just have a little look around the outside before we open it. So on the front here, we've got our charging port. We've got a headphone port as well, which is helpful if you want to listen to the games without disturbing others. On the side here, we've got a memory card slot. Doesn't have a memory card in it. Okay, I assume this is the volume control. And then on the back, we've got another USB-C port, mini HDMI port. We've got our left and right and L2 and R2 buttons. And then on this side, we've got our power button. And then we've got another MicroSD slot. Interesting. Nestled in there is our 64 gigabyte card. What I will say is I never truly trust memory cards that are included with items. So I would recommend that you back up this onto like a SanDisk or similar type memory card, like a proper brand name. I've never had one of these last for a very long time. Well, I might actually consult the instructions because I don't know which side of the memory card slot it goes into. Okay, so there's one on this side is slot number 1 and this is slot number 2, so I guess it will go in slot number 1. And also this is a controller port, so you can plug in an additional controller and play 2-player games. And while we're talking about controllers, the version 2 of this actually has Bluetooth, and you can connect Bluetooth controllers to this, so you don't necessarily need to use the controllers on here. You can actually use a handheld controller, like one of the 8-bit DOE ones, I think. I've seen a video where a guy connected that with no problem, so that's pretty cool. Okay, well, before we do anything, let's put in our memory card. So, label faces down. Let's flip it open and see what's going on. So you can open the hinge up in a variety of positions. So it's got a full straight one, then it's got slight angle, more of an angle, and then yeah, that's its closed position. And then on the inside here, this is very much taking cues from the Super Famicom with the colors on the controller here. But we've got our A, B, X, Y buttons. We've got an M button, which I think is the menu button. We've got a D-pad, and then we've got 2 analog thumbsticks, and then we've got our select and start. Nice. And on here, we've got a power indicator and then a charge indicator as well. I assume this will have some charge on. Let's see. Green light's on. Oh yeah, there we go. Miyoo Linux games. Loading. So yeah, we've got some music coming out of this tiny little speaker at the front. Quite like the UI. Setting, just one setting. So let's have a look at the settings. So we can alter the brightness of the screen. That's the maximum brightness. That's the minimum brightness. LCD frequency. Okay. I don't know what that means. Not sure. Okay, we'll just leave it as default. Okay, so it can connect to Wi-Fi should you want to. Bluetooth, so you can pair it with the controllers like I mentioned. Color. Okay, so you've got some proper nerdy color controls there should you wish to have them. Can change the language. Oh, not many languages available. Oh, okay, so we can turn off the background music. That's good. Oh, look, you can even calibrate your thumbsticks. That's pretty cool. Change the mapping of the keys should you wish to. Themes. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. So there's our version number that we're running at the moment. Nice little bit of software on here. I think what I will do is let me see if I can hook it up to my capture card and you'll be able to see what's going on screen, although that might kill the screen here. Ah, yes it does. That's annoying. And it also seems to reboot the console. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to set up a second monitor so I can actually see what's going on here at the desk. One moment, please. So when you plug it into a TV, the UI actually changes and it becomes sort of more screen friendly, which is really cool. The capture actually looks correct. It's sort of been a bit squished on here, but that can sometimes happen on this display. But the output to the TV actually looks perfect. So let's go into game and see what we've got. Wow, okay. So we've got a selection of consoles. I mean, there's quite a few. So we've got Super Famicom, Sega Saturn, WSC, don't know what that is, PC Engine, PlayStation, Neo Geo Pocket, Neo Geo, got some arcade ones, got Mega Drive, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Nintendo DS, Master System, Atari Lynx, oh my goodness, Dreamcast as well, arcade, Christ, Game Gear, Famicom or NES. Wow, this is mental. Well, let's give it a little test actually. Let's do a Sega Saturn game. Let's see how that performs. Because I feel like a Sega Saturn is probably the kind of limits of this, sort of hardware-wise.
Fight! One. Ready, go!
That actually runs pretty well. Okay, let's go back to the menu. Oh, okay. Oh, look, if we open the menu, we can go down to the frame per second counter. So we can actually see how it thinks it's running. I mean, yeah, it's not running at 60 frames per second, but it's sort of high 40s. That's not too bad at all. Oh no. Oh, ring out! No one wants a ring out. I saw Vince playing this on a recent video that actually looked quite fun. Let's give this NES game a go. So while I'm playing this badly, let's shout out our channel members who are all active at time of editing. So first up we've got our Kip fans, then we've got our Kip early birds who are Tim Salt, Sorcerer Stan, Mark C, Rob Lynn and Will Bennett. Then I love these guys so much, they are the Kip lovers and they consist of Bella Webster, Stairsticks Lawrence, Scott Kendall, Props Retrofix, Coaster Chelsea, DD Media Production, Lee Benz, Ann and David Hughes, Danielle Adele, and James and Danny. Then finally, we've got the bestest people ever. They are the Kip Nutters, and they are the gorgeous Becky Boo Bar and the insatiable Alan Green. Thank you so much, my Kip Nutters, and all my channel members, no matter what level you're at. Oh, a bit of Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition on the arcade emulation. Yes, please. Now, I will say that because I record at 4K 25 frames per second, the output from this won't look as smooth as it is in reality because it's scaled back from 50 or 60 frames per second to 25 frames per second. So if things look a little bit jerky or not as smooth as you'd imagine, that's what it is. It's not the output from this. Oh, this looks like some sort of ROM hack. Right. Yes! P-guard? What's that? It's like tenor for men or something. Nice. But look, you can actually save points as well. That's good. Or load them. I don't think I want to save this game. When I did the video about the fake Mega Drive, lots of people told me I should have played Streets of Rage because that's a good audio test. I'm going to let this play. I don't really know what Streets of Rage is actually meant to sound like. I've never played it before on a Mega Drive. So I'll let this run a bit so you guys can hear what it sounds like, because apparently that's a good test of the sound emulation on these kinds of devices. So let's do the Streets of Rage test. I mean, to its credit, it does look like it's outputting in stereo, which that Sega Mega Drive that I had didn't do. Well, apart from through the headset port. But yeah, do let me know in the comments how this sounds, because I don't know how it's meant to sound. Hobby video games. What kind of hobby's that? Go. Oh no. Not a bazooka. So this essentially is Double Dragon, isn't it? Not that I'm complaining, I love Double Dragon. Oh, let's do a bit of Game Boy Frogger. Again, not the most challenging game. Oh my god. I mean, it's certainly playing it at the right size. Oh. I wonder if this is a kind of scaling type issue and it would actually look normal if I was playing it on the handheld. Well, I guess we can try that right now. Oh no, if I unplug it, it's going to reboot, isn't it? Yeah, look at that. That looks a lot better. Yeah, so obviously with the emulation blown up to a big screen, it doesn't scale it correctly, but when it's on here, it actually looks like a Game Boy. Well, a lot brighter, at least. Okay, so what was... So we went into game, that's where all our games were. What happens if we go into RetroArch? Oh, okay, is this the same stuff, but just a slightly different skin, maybe? I don't know. Just seems to have lots of different RetroArch emulators. Let's just pick a SNES one, for example. Oh, yeah, okay. Guessing this has the same games. But did I see Star Fox? Now, Star Fox had like a chip in the cartridge that made it do like all the whizzy 3D stuff. So the EverDrive cartridge that I've got for my SNES doesn't play Star Fox because it can't emulate that chip, but this obviously has all the gubbins inside the emulation to emulate Star Fox. What apps do we have on here? Okay, so we've got some random stuff. But like it says, it does have a music player, it does have an ebook reader. I will be completely honest with you, I wasn't expecting this to be as good as it is. It's really quite cool. I love the form factor, I love that it's foldable, so it doesn't actually take up that much space. There's my phone for scale. So yeah, it's sort of actually not all that much difference from my phone. Now there are sort of two downsides to this. Like I mentioned earlier, is the price. This is more expensive than most of the sort of other handheld consoles that do very similar. It is a foldable form factor, so that would increase the price, I think. And also with this at the moment, there's not so much of a sort of developer community. These guys and the Arbonic ones, they actually sort of have quite a sort of big dev community, and people make sort of slightly different versions of software, and it's all skinned differently, and you can do a lot of modification. That's not so much of a thing with the Miyoo Flip at the moment. The more these things gain popularity, the more the sort of modding scene gets on them, and people will, I imagine, start doing a bit more for it. This is the version 2, so this does have fully metal hinges. I think the version 1 had part metal hinges, and they weren't as good. And also it has improved analog control sticks. I can't really comment on that because I didn't use the V1 ones, but yeah, they feel fine. I mean, I think maybe if you're using a game with thumbsticks a lot, your hand might feel a little bit strained with them being so low down and there sort of not being much of a bottom here. But if you're playing sort of with the D-pad and the standard buttons, it actually feels pretty comfortable, really. And obviously, because it's got an SD card into it, you could install some more backups of all your legally owned games onto this. Well, there we go. Is it worth £65? Maybe. Maybe. It's an interesting form factor, and if you use the AliExpress discount codes that I've given you, you should be able to get a couple of quid off. But yeah, I think for something so small, it will provide you with a lot of enjoyment. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you put "I enjoyed this" in the comment section so I know that you've been watching. I don't think I've got anything else to say, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but for now, it's game over.